नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for your enthusiastic participation. We are discussing Bhagavad Gita as it is, and we are in chapter 1. Here in my screen, you can see the overview of the chapter. Since it's a little bit long break, let me have a quick recap. Until now, we have covered verse up to verse 20. So today we will start from 21st. But before that, let's see what all incidents have happened so far. Chapter 1 starts with Dhritarashtra's inquiry, that is verse 1. Dharma khetre kurukshetre samaveta yutsavah mamakah pandavasyaiva kim akurvata sanjaya. Kim akurvat sanjaya? O Sanjaya, mamakah, my sons, pandavaha, the sons of Pandu, samaveta yutsavah, they are assembled here in a desire to fight. Where? Kurukshetre, the place of Kurukshetra, which is a Dharma Khetra, which is a religious place also. What did they do? It is seemingly a redundant question. After assemble in a battlefield, what the soldiers will do? They will fight. What the warriors will do? They will fight. But although it is appearing as a redundant question, it is not redundant because the Kurukshetra is none other than a Dharma Khetra. Because of this Dharma Khetra, there are a lot of meanings to it. Dhritarashtra is doubtful about his son's win. He is fearful that his sons might compromise. He is hopeful of Pandavas' compromise. After all, Pandavas are dharmic. Let the dharmic place influence Pandava. And we saw also here in this verse how he is addressing his sons as Mamakaha and Pandu's sons are Pandavaha. His partial nature is quite evident. He was always selfish. He is more desirous about his sons to rule the kingdom. So these are the various explanations Acharyas have given in verse 1. In purport, Prabhupada also has given wonderful analogy that Krishna, who is the upholder of religion, who is the father of religion, himself present in the side of Pandava, and in this Dharma Khetra, which is where the Dharma is going to be plowed. And there Krishna is the farmer, and like a farmer in a paddy field will take out all the weeds so that the rice plant can be nourished and can be grown well. In the similar way, weeds here are like Kauravas. So Krishna will uproot these weeds and nourish and make sure that rice plants like the Pandavas, they rule the kingdom. So this is how a wonderful analogy has been given in the purport. And then after, from verse number 2 to 11, we saw Duryodhan explaining the armies, observing the armies, comparing the armies. In this section, we saw how Duryodhan was fearful and how he is fit to be a great diplomat. We saw his diplomacy. he started with pointing mistake of his teacher Dronacharya, that you see, being a liberal Brahmana, you taught skills of various skills of military science to your disciple Drushtadumna, who is none other than the son of your enemy. And see how beautifully he has arranged the Pandavas' army. But at the same time, don't be so lenient, because you have, I know you have a special affection towards Pandavas, but if you will be lenient, then if it is certain. So, oh my dear teacher, give off those soft-heartedness towards Pandava. And also various other things we see here, like he is glorifying Hittites warriors. Bikarna, he has taken the name of Bikarna. Bikarna is not a great warrior as compared to Drona, Bhisma, and Karna. But Bikarna, he knew that during the gambling match, when Dushasan was trying to disrobe Draupadi, then this Bikarna has objected. So he is doubtful that Vikarna might take the side of Pandava. So in order to holding him in his side, he is flattering Vikarna. And although Karna is not in the battlefield yet, but he is not forgetting Karna to glorify, because Duryodhan is fighting the war in the strength of Bhisma and Karna. He knew that victory is certain for him, because at that moment Bhisma was the most powerful warrior. Nobody in the earth can defeat him, because Bhisma went in a war of 23 days with Parshuram. So Bhisma was a valiant warrior. And we saw the fear factor, how Duryodhan is fearful, because you see, Bhima and Arjuna are always in his head. Bhima Arjuna Samayudhi, while glorifying other warriors in the Pandava side, he is comparing them with Arjuna and Bhima. And he has taken many warriors' name from the Pandava side, at least 4 or 5 verses. But while glorifying his side, he has taken only 1 or 2 verses. So, and his diplomacy, that putting Dronacharya ahead of Bhishma, because he's talking to Dronacharya, and he knew that Bhishma is a Kshatriya. He know the courtesy that Brahmana has to be respected, even if before a Kshatriya. So many such, that's the reason Sanjaya is addressing Duryodhana as Raja. Raja Vachanam Abravit. Although Duryodhana was not the king at that time. King was his father, Dhritarashtra. But because of these skills, he is fit to be called as king. And then after, from verse 12 to 19, we saw that various signs of victory in that section. So these are being summarized here. Like, what are those signs of victory? Krishna's personal presence in the side of Pandava. Jayastu Panduputranam esam pakshe Janardana. In whose side Janardana, Krishna, is present, how can that side will defeat? They will certainly get victory. And Krishna is Hrishikesha. He is the controller of the senses. He is the master of the senses. And to the degree one is surrendered to Krishna, to that degree he controls his senses. So here Pandavas are great devotee of Krishna. So Krishna is directly controlling their senses. So how come Pandavas will get defeat? Krishna, being Madhava, in whose side Krishna would be, in that side goddess of fortune will be also there, because he is the husband of goddess of fortune. So if goddess of fortune is there in the side of Pandava, then how come they will be defeated? They will certainly get victory because of good fortune. And this place is Kurukshetra, the venue, right? So that's it. That is not an ordinary place. That is a Dharma Khetra. Okay. So Pandavas being righteous, that is an added advantage, because this Dharma Khetra will favorably help Pandavas. And Arjuna, you remember the story we narrated, Kapidhwaja, regarding to Kapidhwaja, because Hanumanji is himself present in the flag of Arjuna because of his promise to Bhima, and also because of the order of his master Krishna. And in this section we saw various conch shells are blown. Conch shell is a symbol of Vishnu. So this is indicated by both, blowing the conch shell by Bhishma and Pandava, that yes, the Vishnu worship begins with blowing conch shell. And this is giving a sign also Pandavas will win. And moreover, here when Krishna and Arjuna's conch shell were explained, then it is explained not as an ordinary conch shell. This is Dibhyo Shankho Pradadmatu. Dibhyo. These are transcendental conch shells. This also gives a sign of Pandavas' victory. While Bhishma blew the conch shell, and then the other warriors from Kaurava side, when they joined the party, nothing happened, no any fear indulged in the heart of Pandavas or Pandava side army. Rather, when Pandavas and the party blew the conch shell, it completely shattered the hearts of Kauravas. Hridayani Vyadaret. Conch shells of Pandavas shattered the Kauravas' heart. Okay. Why Pandavas' hearts not shattered? Because they have confidence on Krishna. They have taken the shelter of Krishna. So for a devotee who has already surrendered to the lotus feet of the Lord, he has nothing to fear. And Arjuna's chariot, Mahati Sandana Sthito, his chariot is great. This is not an ordinary chariot. That is given by Agnidev, which is conquering, which is capable of conquering from all sides. These are various signs of victory we saw in the section 1.12 to 19. Then the next section, in which we are in now, from 20 to 27, Arjuna is going to observe that. So, beforehand, Duryodhan was observing the army, and this time Arjuna is observing the army. So that's why this chapter is also named by many acharyas as Sanya Nirikshana Yoga, observing the armies. Like Prabhupada also naming this chapter 1 as observing the armies. We had already discussed verse 20. Now We will today discuss 21. So these are combined verse 21 and 22, because one portion of 21 was there in 20th. As usual, let me first recite and let you familiarize with the sloka, and then along with me you can also recite. Arjuna uvacha सेनयोर उभयोर मध्ये रथम स्थापयमेच्युत यावदेतान् निरीक्षेऽहं योद्धुकामान् अवस्थितान् कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे. Okay, you all can recite along with me. Arjuna uvacha.
Arjuna uvacha
सेनयोर उभयोर मध्ये
Senoro urubhayo madhe
रथम स्थापयमेच्युत
Ratham sthapaye me uchita
यावत् एतान् निरीक्षेऽहं
Yavadentaniryaham
योद्धुकामान् अवस्थितान्
yodukamanavasthanam
कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम्
Kermaya sayodhyavayam
अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे.
Asmin rana samayudhyame.
Again, Arjuna uvacha.
Arjuna uvacha
I request all of you to recite. It's wonderful. In the morning time, you recite the Bhagavad Gita sloka. It is very auspicious. Seneyor ubhayor madhye
Senyor ubhayor madhye
ratham sthapayamechyuta
Ratham sthapaye me uchita
yavad etan niriksheham
Yavadetaniryaham
yodhu kaman avasthitan
yodukamanavasthanam
kairmaya saha yodhavyam
Kermaya saha yodhyavayam
asmin rana samudyame.
Asmin rana samudyame.
One more last time. Arjuna uvacha
Arjuna uvacha
सेनयोर उभयोर मध्ये
Senyo madhye
रथम स्थापयमेच्युत
Ratham sthapaye
यावत् एतान् निरीक्षेऽहं
Yavadetaniryaham
योद्धुकामान् अवस्थितान्
yodukamanavasthanam
कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम्
Kermaya saha
अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे.
Asmin rana samudyame.
Wonderful, wonderful, very nice. Synonyms. Arjuna uvacha. Arjuna said, Seneyoha, of the armies, Ubhayoha, both, Madhye, between, Ratham, the chariot, Sthapaya, please keep, me, my, Achyuta, O infallible one, Yavad, as long as, Etan, all these, Nirikhye, may look upon, Aham, I, Yodhu Kaman, desiring to fight, Avasthitan, arrest on the battlefield. Kahi, with whom, maya, by me, shaha, together, yodhabhyam, have to fight, asmin, in this, rana, strive, samudyame, in the attempt. So here you see Arjuna is ordering to Krishna, Achyuta, oh my dear infallible one, Achyuta, hey Achyuta, Ratham Sthapaya, can you please keep my chariot? Ratham Sthapaya me, okay, can you please take my chariot? Seneyor Ubhayor Madhye, where? Between the both the armies. Oh my dear Achyuta, can you please take my chariot to middle of the both army? Yavad etan nirikshe. He's telling why? Because I want to see. Okay, etan nirikshe. I like to see them. Aham, I. Who have all come here? Yodhu Kaman. Who all have come here desiring to fight? Don't think that I am fearful. No, abasthitan. No, I am fully situated, firmly situated. Kahi, who, with whom, maya, me, with whom, by me, yodhabhyam, I have to fight. Asmin rana samyudyame. In this battlefield, in this battle, with whom I am going to fight, and who all have come here desiring to fight with me, I would like to see them. Oh my dear Achyuta, please bring my chariot to middle of the armies. Arjuna said, translation, Arjuna said, O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I may see those present here who desire to fight and with whom I must contend in this great trial of arms. Purport. Although Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, out of his causeless mercy, he was engaged in the service of his prayer. He never fails in his affection for his devotees, and thus he is addressed herein as infallible one. Why Krishna is addressed here as Achyuta? Achyuta means infallible, Nachyuta, who never falls from his words, who never fails by showing his affection to the devotee. That's the reason he is addressed here as Achyuta. And Arjuna knew that although Krishna is the Supreme Lord, but he will definitely, in order to please Arjuna, he will take the chariot middle of the armies. And although Krishna is the Supreme Lord himself, but he is engaged in the service of his friend. He has taken a humble position and take the position of a chariot driver for his friend. As charioteer, he had to carry out the orders of Arjuna. And since he did not hesitate to do so, he is addressed as infallible. It's not that simple, Krishna being imagine that the big CEO of a company, and you are, let's say, there is a chair. So CEO is requesting you to sit on the chair, and you are sitting, and the CEO is kind of kneel down, and you are ordering him to do something, and he is obeying your order. Is it so natural? No. If a chair is there, then the boss is Before you say, he will go and sit, because he thinks himself superior. And forget about you, order him. So if you will, if you will be little disrespectful in your talking, then he will, tell you 5 many lessons, 10 many lessons. Are you not? Have you not learned how to talk? Uh, So all these kind of things. But in spiritual world, Krishna is, big. Krishna is the supreme Lord, but he is not concerned about his, oh, if I will take a lower position, then my supremacy will be challenged. No, because it's an absolute fact. Whatever Supreme Lord will do, he is going to be the Supreme Lord. There is no any doubt. But here, in the material world, if boss sits down and someone is sitting in the chair, that means the boss has a fear. Oh, others might think that the person who is my subordinate is the boss. That's the reason, in order to show others, he always wanted to be in the center point. He has a fear factor. But in case of Krishna, it's not like that. Although he had accepted the position of a charioteer for his devotee, his supreme position was not challenged. In all circumstances, he is the supreme personality of Godhead, Rishikesh, the Lord of the total senses. The relationship between the Lord and his servitor is very sweet and transcendental. The servitor is always ready to render service to the Lord. And similarly, the Lord is always seeking an opportunity to render some service to the devotee. Krishna says, you will see, ya yathamam prapadyante tams tatheva bhajamyaham. I reciprocate to the same degree to which my devotees surrender to me. So Pandavas are so surrendered that Krishna is not hesitating to take the role of a charioteer driver, and he is, in fact, he is always seeking the opportunity how he will serve his devotee. So Krishna is always eager to take that position. You all have seen how Krishna, when Sudamaji found himself in Dwarka, how lovingly Krishna was washing the feet of Sudama. And he took his dear friend and told him, "Oh, my friend, please sit on my throne." So then everybody was astonished. Oh, nobody has dared to sit in the throne of Lord Krishna. But how come this poor Brahmana, he is not having also good clothes. He was so, he's not, his appearance is also not that great. He is a poor Brahmana. He is wearing torn clothes, and because of hunger, his skins were having a lot of wrinkles. He is a skinny, but Krishna is offering him the throne. So many such instances you will find in the Puranas. And Lord Rama, in his incarnation of Lord Rama, he has worshipped Lord Shiva, the siblings. Oh, people might think that, oh, is it that Lord Shiva is greater than Rama? No. Sometimes, while Supreme Lord, because Maryada Purushottam, there is a purpose behind all incarnation. So the purpose behind the Rama's incarnation is to set the Maryada, proper etiquettes, proper principles. So he was a man of principle. So he doesn't want to disturb the society. Okay. So in order for, means although he is the Supreme Lord, but he has taken the form of a king or a man, so he has to also worship. Otherwise, what others will learn from him? So he also worshipped siblings, and he also worshipped goddess Durga, many such things. Because he is not thinking, he is not analyzing. Oh, if I do so, my devotees will not think that I am the supreme. No, actually, who is supreme? He has no such fear factor. Whatever is the situation, he is going to be the supreme. Whether he worships someone, whether he is being worshipped, whether you see in the Krishna Leelas, all the Gopa friends used to jump onto the shoulder of Krishna, and Krishna used to carry them. And his friends, were kind of drinking the cards, and when Krishna will ask them, then they will not give. Then Krishna will, Krishna will kind of, Krishna will means while they are while those Gopa friends, they drinks the card, and they will what जो गाल को फुला देते हैं, they will swell their this cheeks, and Krishna will beat the cheeks, and then the cards will come out and Krishna will drink. You see, by seeing this, Brahmaji also got bewildered. Oh, is he the Supreme Lord? How a Supreme Lord is drinking the remnants coming directly from the mouth of his Gopa friends? Supreme Lord cannot be so. But whatever the situation, he is the Supreme Lord. So out of giving means just to give pleasure to his devotees, sometimes he takes this position. Okay. He takes great pleasure in his pure devotees, assuming the advantageous position of ordering him than he does in being the giver of orders. Since he is master, everyone is under his orders, and no one is above him to order him. But when he finds that a pure devotee is ordering him, he obtains transcendental pleasure, although he is the infallible master in all circumstances. As a pure devotee of the Lord, Arjuna had no desire to fight with his cousins and brothers, but he was forced to come unto the battlefield by the obstinacy of Duryodhana, who was never agreeable to any peaceful negotiation. Therefore, he was very anxious to see who the leading persons present on the battlefield were. Although there was no question of a peacemaking endeavor on the battlefield, he wanted to see them again and to see how much they were bent upon demanding an unwanted war. So when Arjuna is ordering to Krishna, Krishna might ask, "Oh Arjuna, are you fearful about them? Why you want to see them? Why you are ordering me to take the chariot to the middle of the armies?" And Arjuna is telling, no, I am not fearful. Avasthitan, I am composed. But then Krishna might ask, "Oh, then you are a warrior. You are not a spectator. Being a warrior, you should fight. You have not come here as a spectator. Why you wanted to see?" Then Arjuna is telling, "Oh, my dear Achyuta, I wanted to see the relatives and friends of both the sides who are along with me and who are against me, because they are not different. They are my friends and relatives. But it's an open secret that Duryodhana is wanting to usurp the kingdom by disrespectful means. But I wanted to see that who all are supporting him, who all have come here to fight against me. I just wanted to see them before the beginning of war." So Krishna, being a Bhaktavashala, Achyuta, he will take the chariot in the middle of the armies. From next verse, we will see. Thank you all very much for your patientful hearing. Tomorrow, we will discuss verse 23. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.